Hey guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. Last episode we started this pretty cool skyscraper. I'm actually really happy on how it's coming on, but we didn't have enough time, unfortunately, to finish it off. These skyscrapers, although once you're started, they're very easy to do, they just take a little bit of planning in the first place. But we've only got a little bit of the roof to do, and then I can decorate, maybe if we've got time. I don't know how long it's going to take to decorate the bottom slightly, or the surrounding area, some car parks, some nice tall trees, things like that. I don't know how long this part's going to take. I do have an idea on how I want it to work. A small idea, nothing too set in stone. Everything's always subject to change with what I do. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a glass domed top. We can use World Edit to make that a little bit easier. But like I said last episode, skyscrapers are very easy to do no matter what platform you're on. It's just if you're on a console device or a mobile device, it just takes a little bit longer. It makes it it's not any harder. It's not more tricky because there's nothing more that you have to think about. You just need to repeat the pattern by hand instead of just copying and pasting. Even if you're on PC and you don't have World in it, it's the same thing. But at the top here, this part will be a little bit more difficult if you don't have World Edit to get the dome. For anybody that has tried to build a dome, a glass dome or an igloo in Minecraft, we can all probably agree that it's a tricky balance to get of making it smaller as it goes up while also keeping it round, and sometimes you end up like it goes from circle to square, or sometimes it shortens up too quick and it looks a bit more like a mushroom top, or it doesn't square, or it doesn't circle or finish off quick enough, and it ends up looking like a witch's hat or like the top of a castle tower. So we're going to have to think about that. What I want to do though is have the yellow around here, incorporate the yellow from down below up here as well. So I'm going to make it solid, so we're going to go like how I'm going over the edge here, otherwise you'll end up with this diagonal look, and the iron bars are going to flow around them, are they? So you need to just come on the inside here to get those. And then we can put the iron bars on top, and that'll give us a good idea on how much room that we've got left to work with for the diameter of our glass dome. Now, how do we do that? We do sphere, hollow sphere glass diameter. That's how it works. So, still got all my stuff in my hotbar from last episode. That makes things a little bit easier. I really like how the yellow is being incorporated as well. I like how we've got a blue skyscraper. It's far enough from the yellow crane that it doesn't look too weird. I was concerned that maybe the yellow crane will blend in too much, but I think the yellow makes it look very expensive. White and gold are two sort of colors that match really well together to look prestigious. So maybe this is like a high roller apartment suite, possibly. But yeah, look at that. I really like how it blends into that round with that little bit of grey. I think it works superbly running down the side of the building there. So let's find the middle point. This is why it was so important at the start of last episode to remember to make it an odd number. Then we get an exact middle point. It makes anything circular a lot easier. So here's our middle point. We want to have first a cylinder, not a sphere. We want a cylinder, and I'm going to go down a block because we're going to have slabs there. So we're going to do that grey block. What was that grey block? What number was that? 48. We want a hollow cylinder with a diameter. I don't know what it's going to be. Let's do a diameter of 8 as a test. 48 cylinder of that mossy cobble, diameter of 8, height of 1. I needed 2 slashes. There we go. Pretty perfect, actually. That's the perfect diameter for us. So we can do that and just bump it up, make it a little bit higher, go more along the 4 or 5 block range. Let's do 4 for the moment. Yeah, I think that's about right. And then we want to have I think probably 4 doors in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the rooftop access. Let's grab ourselves the darker slab. We want to keep this color scheme running throughout, so we're going to put these at the tops of the doors. It makes the doors a little bit higher, and it also just makes them stand out a little bit better, so something that we should definitely be doing. And here. And then, I don't know, maybe some white in there. I don't know. We'll find that out in a little bit. Let's go up now with this block. I want to go 1 block below the surface because we're going to most likely be using slabs, which run on the bottom half of blocks. And then we want to make this into a hollow sphere. Is it like that? It might be like that. Of glass. White stained glass, 95. Hollow sphere. 95. With a diameter of 8. Hollow sphere. There we go. Boom. Okay, that actually like took out the blocks that we had just placed. So let's jump back inside here and put those back. I know we've done like a whole sphere. I'm sure there's a way that we can do a hemisphere, but I've never figured it out in all honesty. Okay, so we have something like that. I can now take the... Oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken those away. It doesn't matter. I can just go from the top. So there's the dead middle point on the top here. And now we've got ourselves a little glass dome that goes above it. So we want to now hide the fact that the glass is on the same level as our stone here. So I think we're going to use this nice dark block to jump around the outside here. Like this. It just hides the fact that they're flush. But I wanted it to be flush because it makes the glass dome as big as it can possibly be. If we could go down to a diameter of 7 for the sphere, but then it makes the whole dome look a lot smaller. I think that looks pretty boss, right? A little bit of white would actually help this a ton. Oh yeah, and we got rid of the doors, didn't we, by accident? A little bit of white would totally help, though. That one. That one. And that one. Now we know how we done the windows. If we want to do the same thing, we're going to have the quartz slab above like this, which I think is going to help out with the white that I just mentioned. There. And here. Got an idea as well for that glass. An idea just popped into my head. But what if we replaced... I've got snow on me. If we replace these end ones with snow as well. I don't know if we even need those end ones. I think it might be better without those end ones. I think that looks a lot neater. It makes this slab have nothing underneath it like the rest of them as well. So maybe that was a good decision anyway. I still feel like some white would be good. Maybe we run the white along the bottom. Run the white along the bottom. Then the andesite textured slab will do the rest of the floor. And then we can put another slab on top of this white to hide the top of the white if it doesn't look as good as what we thought. So we'll have those down. We want slab these ones. Now it's easier for me to do this by hand than it is to use World Edit for this. So we've just got to run around the outside, fill all these parts in. I think we're pretty good. What about lighting? Is there any lighting that we want to do on the outside of this skyscraper? Usually we haven't thus far, but maybe we should try something. I know we've got some redstone lamps on top of some, or some redstone torches. There might be some glowstone or redstone lamps on some other ones. I know I've got beacons. I love those beacons. Some people don't like that. Some people were really against that when I done that on that episode. I think it looks superb. It was inspired from Saints Row 4. If any of you guys have ever played Saints Row 4, or I think any of the Saints Row games, the skyscrapers in that building have a lot of neon lights shining up into the sky, a lot of floodlights. I suppose for like the gang, so they know like what group, what gang owns what area, what territory. It's a really fun game. It's like, if you've never heard of it, it's like Grand Theft Auto, but more of a joke. It takes itself as a joke. It doesn't take itself seriously. But yeah, like Grand Theft Auto, just like, I don't know, more on the fun factor than the realism factor or whatever. Now, I think I was right about the white. I don't like the white top being able to be seen. I like the white side being able to be seen, but I don't like the top. So I think what we'll do is we'll put the black on the bottom here as well. Now, not only does this hide up, but it all hide up the top of the white like I wanted, but it also keeps that same pattern that we had on the windows. You know how on the windows we have the black below and above? Well, we've now got that here, below and above. So we're using a uniform throughout the building in order to keep that that look. I think it's going to work. See, I think that looks really cool. Now, on the inside of the dome, I think it could be cool to put packed ice behind the glass. So we go round with this. I'm gonna do it. I think it's gonna work. So I'll be back. There's more than what I thought. I'll be back. Alright, just finishing it off here. We've got a couple of layers to do, and then I need to place the packed ice once I'm out. Otherwise, I'm going to be trapped inside. So we want that one, this one, that one, down here. The last 3x3. Nope, not there. Then we get out, put that one down, put that one down. And I think, yeah, the glass just gives it that sort of extra bulge, but we still keep the blue that we've had throughout the rest of the skyscraper for that window color. I probably want a little tower on the top of this. Nothing too crazy. We're just going to bust in there and put in a little tower above. I think like this. We'll use the cobblestone walls because it's a grey that we've already used in the build, so it's not going to look like a bad decision. And then I think we'll get some torches, redstone torches, just to stick on the tops of these, so planes don't fly into it. It doesn't need to be that high above it. I don't want to be a tall pillar above it. And I think that looks pretty good, right? I think that's a real nice addition to our skyline here. It's a little bit shorter than that one, which is sort of what I think I said between that one and that, between this one and that. I was pointing. Why am I pointing? Between that one and that one, I think I said was the sort of goal height, but it ended up being a little bit shorter than that one. It's not a problem. As long as the skyscrapers aren't at the exact height, I think we're on to a winner. Looks really cool on the map, doesn't it? That's a really cool look. But I think now what we can do is we can dress up this bottom a little bit. As far as car parking goes, we do need to think about that in this inner city area. If we want another multi-story car park, I think we said we we're going to put one there or there, weren't we? I could put a multi-story car park there to accommodate for all of these people, because I don't really want to fill up this area with car parking spots. I want nice trees. You know how we've got like these trees which unfinished, but down like what's going to be like a little bit of a walkway down the river. I want benches and archways and things like that. Maybe we can do a little bit of a practice area around here. So we want a hedgerow, a hedge arch entering into a little bit of a garden. We haven't got a door on here. The door's meant to be on the front. I think it's on this side, isn't it? From what I can remember. Yeah, the doorway's on this side. Does this still work? Like if I just walk towards it? Yeah, I can do that probably a lot better now. That's done with command blocks. And it's probably a little bit laggy, but it does work. Does it close? And it closes as well. But I think what we want to do is just have this as a little bit of a... If you worked in this and you worked in the offices around here, you want to come down and go outside for your lunch. So it's going to be a little bit of a seating area, a little bit of a lunch area for the workers of the area. So we definitely want a 2-block high hedge. I think we can get away with having it just 1 block in depth as well. I usually go with 2 depth on any hedges that I do. Ooh, what was that? Was that a fly? Or a spider? Might have been a little spider fell from my hat or something like that. That's going to be real scary. For the moment, I'll just run all the way along, but we're going to carve out a little bit of a hole for an archway in the middle here. I want the lawn, or the lawn to be mowed, so I want some nice stripes down here. It's going to be nicely, perfectly printed. It's a very expensive part of town, so it doesn't need to have any sort of overgrown hedges or anything like that. It's got to be perfect. I'm going to put the archway just a little bit off. I'm not going to make it too wide either. I think we're going to make it just 3 blocks. And then sort of do something like that. I think that looks pretty neat. It's a little bit basic. Maybe we should thicken it up at the back. Just on the arch part. Not all the way around. Yeah, that looks a lot better. No. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Just running through ideas, that's all. Even better. That's what we're going for. On the inside here, we want a lot of seating, a lot of benches for our workers. So we want couch. I want these nice wooden ones. Oh, we'll go with the spruce ones on the inside of here. It looks a little bit more expensive. It's a nicer wood than oak. And just make it into a little bit of a park. Not too privatized. You know, we want a lot of workers to be able to come here, but we don't want to pack the benches like this and like this. We don't want people to like be sitting across from each other like a restaurant. We want a nice amount of room sort of between stuff. I could fit a nice little path down there as well. I think I will. Hang on. Sword. Let's make this into a brush of 3-2, which is podzol. Gravel. I don't want a gap between it. Gravel. Grass. Oops, I should have done brush. Cylinder. And then maybe I should have made it small actually. Undo 5. Undo 5. Redo. No, good. I don't want to undo anything from the skyscraper or anything weird like that. We should make this a lot smaller, a brush size of 2. That's still very, very big. Why is that so big? 1. That's better. So a little path that runs through here. And down this side. See, that's really cool. This is what we want in the middle of the city. I also want pedestrian bridges. I've wanted that since the beginning. Like little pedestrian bridges that go over the roads. Like we could have one perfectly here. The only trouble is I can't do that until all the other buildings are in place. And then we can use the smaller areas that are too small to put a building in order to put those pedestrian bridges. But it's something that I've wanted since the very beginning. I just can't do it yet. I just can't do it. But like we could have the path come this way a little bit, up some stairs, over the top of the bridge, and then down the other side. It would be so cool, but we definitely need these little walkways between them. It's going to make it really, really fun to play, I think. We'll have some more benches over here. I don't think I want a fountain in here. A little hot dog van or ice cream van would be amazing to have around here. I do have van. Nope. Ice cream van. Ice cream van. Police car. Not quite. There is an ice cream van. We did look at it not so long back. It's one of these, isn't it? Yeah. Little ice cream van. No, it's not like an ice cream van as if you could buy them, but like if we put it down here or not. I just wanted it parked on the side of the road. But it's going to jump, isn't it, if it's not flat? Yeah, it's going to hop about. No, it's got not just ice creams on the side. I thought, like, getting ice cream on your lunch would be a really nice thing to have. Well, why is there a block missing? We'll have another... not that one. Something like that. Crawling up the side there. Maybe another little one here. I like how we can actually do them in between the windows like that. That works really nicely. And up this side. Something like that. It's a nice little bush. And a little one like that. Now, we want to stripe the lawn in the middle here. And I think that's about it. It's just a nice little sort of seating area. Maybe there's some things that I'm forgetting about that could work really well in here. I don't know, like a newspaper stand. Do you know what I mean? Like a newspaper stand would be amazing to have. I know there's a mailbox, but not a newspaper stand that I know of in what mods that I've got. I can't think of anything more that's placeable. There's a lot of items that are handy, but they're not placeable. Let's get some rose bushes and stuff in here as well. Just a few sporadic ones. Don't like that one there. I like it there. Like that. And like that one. Definitely need some stuff up there. I think I'll bone meal the sides of those, though. We want to have clay. Lime clay, 159.5. So we'll go from here to there. Replace grass with 159.5. Need to do this all the way along, apart from underneath where plants are or where leaves are. Don't go underneath the leaves, it looks really weird. Don't go in between the path either. Don't change that block to a clay, because that also looks weird from my experience, my opinion. But anything else we can just change to what we want. So we have these. Then up that I wouldn't really call it an alleyway. Up that walkway. I can go underneath the bench. I can go underneath the bench, yeah. We want bone meal just to dress that up a little bit, make it look a little bit more important. I'm going to leave that block grass. And this one. Now this instantly makes any garden, if you've built a house in Minecraft, for example, doing this to the garden will make it look a million times better. It'll actually fill up the space. Surprisingly enough, it'll make it look a little bit smaller, but it'll make it look like it's not just empty. And I think I'll put those 3 in, but not the one above and below. So yeah, it's something that I highly recommend doing. Oops. Hashtag. Why not put a random hashtag in my chat? That one. This one. Not there, not there. Not anywhere here. Not there. And I don't think I want it there. We'll grab the bone meal now, and we'll just bone meal whatever is sort of left over. I don't want to go too far out, so I'm going to remove some of these afterwards. I wish that I got more plants in there, more flowers, but oh well. Where did my bone meal go? And we'll sort of bone meal up this area, just around the outsides. Keep the path a little bit clear. But I don't mind it going over slightly. I might have to manually put some taller bushes in, and or some flowers in. Okay, no, I think that's about good. What flowers have we got? These ones are great. These ones are great. And I think that's about it. Or maybe some... no, I'll leave the ferns out for this one. So we'll have some of these flowers down in here. Just little white ones, I think, dress up the place. Makes it look a little bit more interesting when you're walking down here. Imagine when this is a server, eventually, at some point. You know, walking down here and finding other players. Look at that view in the background of the 2 bridges. We're getting some good viewpoints around here now as well. Anyway, that is it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. And we shall see you in the next episode. Come on, bridges, load up. Imagine the trees in front. When we get more of that walkway done, that's going to look sick. You know, with the orange trees in front of it. Yep, 100%. Okay,